All right.
What's up?
We are live. We are live. Come one, come all. Welcome to Sexy Party, the 24th episode of Sexy Party. By the way, in case you are confused and wondering who I am, my name is Antonio Bryce. I am a comic book writer. I've created the comic book series brand and its upcoming sequel, Brand Way of the Gun, which will be launching here in a few days. Very excited about that. But hey, this is I think this is gonna be a fun show. Uh our returning champion once again, the Mad Weirdo. How are you, dear? How are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing fabulous. I'm enjoying my Saturday. Thank you guys for joining us and listening to us. And if you like what you hear, toss a coin to your witcher. My cash app
Yeah.
is in the comments somewhere. But toss some coins to us and let's get it started.
Oh man, I got people showing up. Okay, so I see my homie Aaron. My homie Aaron is in the Facebook chat. What's going on, Aaron? How you doing, player? Yeah, I'm like people are here because I'm streaming. I'm streaming to multiple platforms this week. We are on Facebook. We are on Periscope. We are streaming live on Twitch right now, and of course on the Akari Press YouTube channel. If you are on any other platform besides YouTube, please, you are welcome here. Chat. I'm saying if you're on Periscope, holla at us, send us a question, all that good stuff. We will respond to you as well if you obviously bring something decent to the table. We definitely want to hear. We're expanding with the podcast is expanding, and we want to hear from as many people listening as possible. Um, there's a before we really get down and break everything down. Um, I don't know. Now that the Mad Widow is here, I need to uh, get her feels on a couple of things that I experienced this week.
Okay.
Um, so I was going this, because I follow. I think my Twitter timeline. Most of what I follow, if anyone goes and checks who I follow, they'll see. Because I've had it's weird. I've had people that have bought my comic book, and then they'll go and try to see who all I'm following. They go, and they go, Antonio, you follow a lot of adult sites, and I go, yeah. I've been very honest about that. That I like porn, so that's what I follow. So there's no shame. You're not shaming me by telling me that you found out that like Bang Bros or one of those sites or whatever. I follow that, but there was a brother I was following. Last few weeks we've been kind of talking about that cuckold lifestyle and all that kind of thing.
Right.
Um, it's it really something that I've been fascinated by because I want to know what what the mindset is. And there's this one dude. I think he's a Jamaican dude, and he's got like the bull symbol in his. I can't even remember his Twitter thing, but he's out here. His main thing is he like going around and letting these husbands film him while he fucks their wives and everything. A lot of interracial. He's the bull, so
Right.
that's his thing, right? Okay. And I enjoyed his Twitter timeline. I was like, oh shit, this dude, all he's got nice little quick clips of him just banging these broads and stuff, a lot of white chicks, a lot of Spanish chicks, that's what it is. A lot of you see that Queen of Spades type situation. They got the Queen of
Right.
Spades tattoos, all that kind of thing. And then I started seeing weird stuff. And one thing that threw me off is I saw him. He was banging the dude's wife, and then as it was going in and out, I noticed there was a guy, and the guy was like sucking on his balls as it was penetrating his wife, and that threw me off. I was like, okay, now we
Wait.
start. Yeah, go
Wait.
ahead.
He's sucking. He's so okay.
The husband is sucking.
The husband is sucking the bull's balls
Yeah. It
while he
fucked with me.
fucking his wife.
Yeah. I didn't like that. It started surprising me. And I was like,
Okay.
whoa, because I thought everything, I don't, I'm not into the gay porn, so it kind of threw me off. And then I started seeing there was one of the husbands was start talking about wanting to, after the bull dude comes in the chick, the dude's wife, that he wants to,
to suck it up.
I did. Oh God, it was horrible. And dudes like liking the tweets and shit. I was like, what the fuck? This is weird. I don't understand that. So, but like I said, I know you say you've experienced some of this. You've been in this kind of lifestyle or whatever.
Correct.
So, and like I said, I'm trying to come from a place of understanding because I don't understand. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
So this, and then I said, oh shit, and I started getting real confused. And then the dude posts a picture, and I guess he had just got through fucking the dude's wife. So they got a picture up, and he's kissing, he's standing there, and the dude's wife standing there. Everybody's naked.
Right.
And he's standing there, and he, he's groping the dude's wife's titties, and they making out and everything. And he's still hard as a rock, and the husband's on his knees, and he's sucking the bull's dick. And at that point I was like, okay, I gotta back out of that. I don't know what's going on, because
so he fluffed it.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, okay, because I thought, because his time, he's a perfect kind of account that I like to follow most of the time, because it's heterosexual, all that kind of shit.
Right.
But sometimes sometimes I follow some of these accounts, and then they're mostly the tweet. It's a lot of the accounts I follow, they're promo accounts. They got like 180,000 people, and they'll be like pay for or DM for promo. And then what you got to do is, that most of the time they tweeting out the straight shit, and then they throw every now and again they throw out some tranny stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. And normally if you start cross promoting like that, then I either, a lot of times I was like, okay, let me look on this account that they're tweeting out, and I'll mute it so that shit don't come up on my timeline, because I don't want to see that shit.
Okay.
That's but I didn't understand. I was like, dude, because the Jamaican dude, I was enjoying his feed, because he, like I said, he was giving me that kind of content that I like. And next thing I know, he got the white dude down there sucking him off, and he's messing with his wife. And I was like, oh, so shit. So how does that happen?
Well, see, considering that he's a porn star or an amateur porn star of sorts, I can't tell you about that. But what I can tell you is my experiences, and I haven't seen any guys doing it, but I can get why. Men who consider themselves cuckold, those type of individuals, they normally, want to get in the mix of it. Sometimes I want to get in the mix of it, as speaking from a co-queen standpoint. Sometimes I want to get in the mix of it, and sometimes I want to watch. It really depends. Or it can switch up in between that night. But I can't I can't speak on why he would do it, other than to say that turns him on, being a fluffer. I enjoy being a fluffer. I enjoy getting folks ready to do, and I'm just sitting there watching.
But he had already done the deed at that point, so he, normally, I understand the term. I know from the porn industry, fluffer is somebody, they get them ready. But he had already, because like I said, he had videos up of him, like little, 30, 40-second clips of him banging this dude's wife, and the guy's, excited and all that. But like I said, they had already done the deed at that point, and then he's down there. I guess maybe they about to go for rounds 2. So I don't know what's going on.
They're probably about to go for round 2, or considering it's like a porn, maybe they're about to do another scene. Who knows?
Yeah, because he's filming this stuff for promo, obviously, and stuff.
Right.
He's got an OnlyFans page where he's selling clips of him banging these broads and stuff like that. But like most of what I saw on his timeline is him just, because he was like, "Thank you to all the husbands that's filming me with their wives and all that." That's normally what I see on there. And next thing I know, the clips got a little spicy. Like I said, he in there penetrating the chick, and the dude is down there with his. I'm definitely not gonna have my face down there by another dude's cock and balls. You definitely never gonna see that. It confused. I was like, what the fuck? I don't know. He's because some of the people you come across, they'll be like, hey, I'm bisexual or whatever like that, and he didn't have any of that. He didn't, from everything I saw on his timeline, it looked like he was a straight dude, and this is just what it was. So,
I mean, gay for pay. Come on.
Gay for pay.
Gay for pay, dog. It's out there. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, the way I see it is, okay, you just didn't like that content that he was putting out.
Most of the content that he's putting out was really good, and then I
really
started
good.
Like, once I started seeing the husband participating, and he was participating in a non-heterosexual way, I was like, oh shit, okay, I need to check out of this hotel.
I would just skip over it. I wouldn't even do that because that may be like something he does every once in a while. But most of his content is heterosexual content. Who knows? I don't know, but that is interesting to me. Watching Coco videos are hilarious to me because some of them are so extra. That's why I like homemade. I like homemade porn. I can't do like the setup porn. I just with a script.
Okay, so let me transition to that, and this is going literally transition. Here's the other one. Okay, so someone sent me a clip, because the people, we swap clips and whatnot. Like, yo, check this out. Okay, because we always trying to see, hey, have you seen this? Okay, so there's a couple people that I swap clips with.
Okay,
and they sent me this clip. And I got mad the motherfucker when I found out. Because at first I was excited. There was this chick, and she was sucking this dude off. And I mean, she was giving them the sloppy toppy. She was going extras with it. I was like, oh God, that's really hot. She had the hairstyle like what's the chick from Pulp Fiction? And
oh shit.
Yeah, she had I guess one of those wigs on and stuff. Face was a little strong, but I was like, all right, but she was giving that sloppy toppy like I like, so I was good with it. But she had the hair she had that wig on like old girl in there, but it was a blonde wig, but she had the same kind of wig. Uma Thurman, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
The bob.
She had that on. I was like, oh damn, she really going in on that dick, man. I was like, yeah. So I was like, okay, this is somebody I'm wanting to subscribe to. So I hit the follow, right? And then I do like I normally do, and I hit that, I go on their Twitter feed and I go down to media and start seeing the little clips that they're sharing so I can, enjoy. And all of a sudden, I see a dick going up an ass, and there's cock and balls there. And the cock and balls belong to the person that I was just enjoying.
I thought
giving it, yeah. I should have known when I seen the strong face. I should have known. So. Okay, so and she said, enjoy this tranny pussy. And I said, so this is why the title of this episode is called Bussy. A bussy is a boy pussy. I've been seeing that term going around here.
Right.
Yeah, so I saw. So first of all, immediately I unfollowed and put the account on mute, so that it won't ever come up on my timeline again. And I was upset that this motherfucker sent me this clip. I was like, what the fuck did you send me this bullshit for? And then he talking about, oh, I didn't know that was a tranny. And I was like, motherfucker, don't send me no bullshit like that. I was like, you know, I don't you know how I gets down. Don't send me no motherfucking tranny bullshit. It's like, oh, yo, she was giving that head. I was like, that ain't no she. That was a dude with a fucking wig on, and it was sucking another guy's dick. That's what that was. Fuck out of here. I believe that was intentional, if I'm being honest.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna step in.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. The minute you told me that, I knew this was gonna be the ending because
Oh, wow.
I love trans women porn, and I'm gonna tell you why. I enjoy trans women porn because the topping is just magnificent. I just sit there in awe, like awe, awe. 7 years ago, my friend, she sent me this clip. She's like, "Yo, watch this clip, dog. Look what the fuck. She got that mouth. Click on it. It's this chick online. Her name is Kayla Ko, and I mean the best oral I have ever seen in life. I just sat there and just admired the fuck out of it. Like, bitch, I want to be you, bitch. I want that mouth. It's like I'm dead ass. I want to learn what the fuck you're doing because, man, yes. So I understand how you feel as a heterosexual man, but I can look at it and be like, this turns me on, and I wish I had skills like that.
Yeah, well, like I said, the head game was on fleek, and then once I got in and I saw that she was talking about enjoy this tranny pussy, I was like, what the fuck? That's not tranny pussy, that's an asshole. And you getting pounded in there. So
It's
that's
a
what they were.
pussy.
Yeah,
It's the pussy.
it's the bussy. And I was like, I don't do bussy. I don't do bussy. And but I wanted to go back because this is something that, like I said, we've been talking about this the last few weeks. Okay, so Jay Chills is asking to define a cuckold. Yeah, because like I said, there are people I've noticed that this subject has been getting a lot of traction the last few weeks. So can you kind of break that down and since you seem to know a little bit more about it?
Certainly. A co-code is a man, normally a husband, and that's a part of a husband and wife who enjoys watching his wife get bust down or fucked thoroughly by other individuals.
Okay.
Most of the time, it's a white couple. Um, and the person that's coming to fuck the wife is normally a black man. They call them bulls. So yeah, and you look up the porn, the guy will just be sitting there, he'll be coaching, he'll be lifting up a leg, he'll be watching. Like, so that's essentially it. A guy that likes to watch his wife get fucked by random men.
And there's a bunch of matter of fact, one of my I've been talking about this woman for a couple months now. Her name's Katrina Black. She's one of the ones I love to follow on Twitter, and her and her husband got a YouTube channel, and this is what they do. You know, they go around. Matter of fact, she was just in Vegas. I guess the AVN Awards. I guess she was out there,
Yeah.
and she filmed some. Boy, there was some. That's how I found this one dude that I was talking about. She had a session with him and they did some good business together. I enjoyed what they did. You know, the clips I saw, I was like, damn, they're getting it in. I was really excited. But like I said, next thing I know, I see this guy letting dudes suck him off on other stuff, and it kind of confused me. So it was a little strange for me. Because I saw him with Katrina. I was like, oh shit, okay, this dude piped down Katrina. I went on his timeline. He was just banging all these broads. And like I said, they husbands, you know, they do, I guess they do this as a couple. And the
Right.
husbands are involved. Sometimes I see the husbands in dog collars and different things.
Yep.
And sometimes, you know, it seems like they do a lot of humiliation type stuff, like oh, you like you wish your dick was this big.
Right.
You know, it's like all this, you know, talking about, it's like, oh yeah, and the wife's talking to the dude fucking, it's like, oh, my husband's dick, and you wish your dick was this big, and all this kind of bullshit. So it's you know, that's the kind of thing that throws me off, because I'm like, yo,
Right. It's interesting.
But I don't know.
I saw,
Like I was hoping for some clarification because I was like, how did you get into this? Because and another part of me is like, why even be married? Because a lot of these people, they just that's why would
mm,
marriage even come into play on some shit like that?
I mean, marriage don't have anything to do with sexual activities. You can still be married and be happily married, but in the bedroom, you want different things and you need different things and you desire different things.
Mm.
And I think personally that it's healthy for couples to engage themselves like that. Let's be honest. You're fucking the same individual for years. The same individual
Yeah,
for years.
I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, you need to spice it up a little bit.
You
I
need
got
to
you.
you need to spice it up a little bit, and some people have different ways of spicing that up. And hey, that's their thing. Like if it gets gets your rock off, go ahead. If it's not hurting anybody, go ahead. It's
Mm.
better than cheating to me. Cheating is a hurtful thing.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. And I've been cheated on. Maybe I'm too rigid because yeah, I've been cheated on a lot of times when I get in these relationships. And I always was like, okay, why do the cheating? Why not just tell me, look, you don't want to see me no more and dip and go be with somebody else?
Because it's not even that. Like you can love somebody, the whole personality, you can love them as a person, but when it comes to the bedroom, they're not
Mm.
good. For example, I'll give you a story. I
Okay.
got married when I was 21 years old. I got
Oh wait a
married.
minute, you've been married before? You never
I done
hold up
been
all these weeks. You never told me that. Okay.
Yeah, I've been married before. I was married for 5 years. I was an army wife.
Oh wow.
And I got stationed in South Georgia, Fort Stewart. I was there for 2 years. And when I got on base, I found out about Adult Friend Finder. Okay.
Yeah, I know about adult friend finder. Yeah.
And when I tell you Adult Friend Finder probably saved that marriage as long as it lasted, like 5 years, that was pretty long to me. If we didn't have Adult Friend Finder, it would have been a done deal. Why? Because he had a big dick and didn't know how to use it.
Mm.
That was a problem. That was a really big problem for me, and I was just like, nah, because I'm not getting anything off of it. I can't suck your dick because you won't. You know, it's all types of shit, and I was just like, no. So one of my friends are like, you need to get on Adult Friend Finder. Y'all want to do some swinging. Y'all want to meet new people, whatever.
So you were
So
doing this as a couple. You weren't doing
correct.
and yes, adult friend finder does work. I've met people on there. Yes, it does work. And
Yeah.
they have a network. There's people that are organizing like sex parties and all kind of stuff that like I would recommend like if you go on adult friend finder and you knew there, I would, I put my profile up and kind of ease into it unless you're more advanced. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because like I said, they doing some real deal fucking on there. It's real shit.
Yes. Yes. And you can meet all types of people.
Yeah,
And when we
it's not for the timid though.
no.
They doing
Mm-mm.
it. You put out what you're into because they have like checklists. Are you into
Right.
water sports? Are you
Yep.
bisexual? They let
Yep.
you. There's a whole basket of what is available. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So that way you're not getting surprised and stuff. If somebody's a tranny or some shit, they even got for people with like herpes and shit like that. They got people that are like, hey, I have a sexually transmitted disease and
Yep.
I still want to have sex. So they're looking for other people that have the same things that they had. It was so, and I was doing this shit like 15, 20 years ago.
It was vast. I mean, the selection of things that you can choose and
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
search for and all that. So it was worth the money. It was worth
Yeah,
paying
it's
for.
definitely worth the money
It's
because you
worth
can
the
definitely
money.
get laid on there. There's so many. I was
Period.
on there. I was on there. I had only been on there like a day, and this white couple sent me an email. They was trying to get me to
Right.
come over and they wanted me to come over and fuck his wife. And I was like, it was like that. I
Like
hadn't even
that.
been up there. Yeah, it was just like boom, just like that.
And we signed up, and in a matter of few hours, we started getting hits.
Yeah.
And we met this couple, and they were like, "Hey, come out with us and this other couple, and let's just have a good time." And I'm like, "Okay." He's nervous. I'm nervous. And what ended up happening is I wear this extremely short dress. And I didn't mean to do that.
Put on your red dress and
I was
slip
just
on your
fucking.
high heels.
It was made for somebody that was shorter than me, I guess.
Ah,
And so I'm tall and I'm taller with heels. So yeah.
they were getting the bird's eye view.
Basically. So I went down River Street and we met them, hung out.
Was this a white couple or
No, these were black. It was a
these was
black
black people?
couple.
Yeah,
Sorry,
okay.
two black couples. And
Two black
Denise,
couples. Wait a
yeah, it
minute.
was two black couples. Yeah. So
Okay.
Denise said, "Hey, come meet our friends." I'm like, "Okay, cool." We met them. But we're down there, and Denise's husband is on lane. I could tell. But the other guy was like, me and Denise was like all on the other guy. Like we was ready to get it popping. But hubbies were not having that. So I didn't get to do that, but I met them. What ended up happening is that second couple that I'm talking about, the guy that me and Denise were captivated by, him and his girlfriend, we end up being real cool. We end up going out and everything. And so we're having a little swap session, or at least we're trying to have a swap session. But he's just like, no, I'm too in love with her and I can't do it. They're in the living room, meanwhile, busting it down.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like busting it. So I'm just sitting there like, fuck. I had several opportunities to fuck him. This all goes full circle, by the way. You remember the guy that I was telling you about that had the magic dick?
Yeah, yes.
That's him.
Aha. Okay.
So I ended up fucking him after I got divorced. It's wonderful.
So wait a minute. So okay. Sound like your husband was willing to try extra shit. So why didn't the marriage work?
For various reasons. But one thing was the sex. Like
It was just whack or what?
it was whack. The sex was whack, dog. Like he would put me in positions and just ram. Like that's and I just nothing. It just
Did you not communicate with him though?
I did several
Okay.
times. Oh, I talk. I open my mouth. I let him know, like, look, you're not doing that. Like, you need to do this. You need to do. No. This is how I do it. No.
Oh wow. Okay.
No. Think I can live? Who can live with 20 years of that? No. So I was good, but during my marriage, we had some experiences like that. We had threesomes as well, but he wasn't satisfying the ladies.
Oh wait a minute. So the other woman was saying they wasn't getting what they needed, or
Right.
okay.
So the same shit all around.
That's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah. That's definitely not good.
But adult friend finder works, you guys.
Well, like I said, I know it works. I know adult friend finder works. Let me see. Jay Chill says I'm still waiting on my first threesome. Yes. No, Yul Carter, even Barry Bonds had a hidden coach. Well, that is true. Let me
said he was embarrassing you in front of the company. Oh yes, laying in the woods wrong.
That is definitely a no. But no. So yeah, like I said, I'm trying to understand some of this stuff because, you know that 45th birthday. I'm trying to expand my knowledge and understanding, and not just be in a vanilla state of mind and everything. But there's certain things I know who I am, and there's certain things I don't want to do, and things I don't want to do sexually. And I also think it's something I keep saying week after week. Own your sexual journey, own your experience. This is but I'm here. This a lot of times people ask me, that listen to the show, because we have people listening. It's shocking to me that I have people listening to the show and they're like in Russia or something. That blows my mind. You know, it's
Wow.
like I was like, you're in Russia and you're listening to Sexy Party. That blows
Right.
me away. Or you're down in Brazil, or you know, especially like when I look on the streaming numbers and stuff, and I can see where people are coming from. And I've noticed that sometimes we get streams from like places where I know you get in trouble for doing stuff like Saudi Arabia and stuff like that, where I hear they have laws against some of this stuff, and these
Hmm.
people are consumed. Maybe these are army people or something, and they're streaming because, like I said, I've always, when I start looking at the streaming numbers and stuff, and I'm people are curious about this stuff like I am. That's one of the reasons why I'm glad you're here, because you're kind of like you're the doorway, and you can kind of walk me through some of this stuff, because I don't know, and I'm not ashamed to admit I don't know. You know, it's like I'm just curious, but you know, like I said, I enjoy sex, but there's certain things I'm not into,
Right.
and you know, it is. But like I said, when I'm seeing the tranny pussy, the Bussy, I'm not into that. And yeah, it just threw me off because, like I said, the people that I swap clips with, they know not to send me no bullshit. You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess they thought a mouth is a mouth is a mouth.
A mouth
That's
is not a mouth. A mouth is not a mouth. No. I gotta, because I've heard people say that before, and I was like, no, a mouth is not a mouth. You know, if you're not into it, like I said, if I'm not okay, if you're a guy and you are into other guys, then I don't know. I'm always, I'd be curious to hear how gay people, because I've heard gay people say that me looking at like gay sex and getting kind of grossed out shouldn't be any different from a gay person looking at two straight people having sex. And
correct.
and I don't see it like that, but you know, that's like that just don't do it for me. I mean, because
Right. But that's
uh,
the answer. It don't do it for them either.
right, but I know
Right.
a lot of gay guys. I know a lot of gay guys that have pretended to be straight, so they've at least had sex with women, and they just, because they weren't, you know, they didn't want their family to know, so they out there bullshitting, and they got the beard with them, you know.
Right. And a lot of them will tell you, if you talk to them, a lot of them will tell you they check out during sex. They completely check out during sex. And I've done that before. So I understand how that feels. You check out during sex, your mind is in a whole nother place. You might be getting fucked thinking about somebody fucking you, somebody else fucking you. You might be getting fucked and you thinking about playing chess.
Mm. Oh
If
wow.
you're doing it, to keep up appearances, yeah, you're checking the fuck out.
Yeah, that's a buddy of mine, and we used to work together for about a year, and I mean, I could tell I mean, when he started working there, I could tell pretty much immediately. I was like, he was a little flamboyant, but he was trying to tone it down. He was trying to tone it down, and I guess so that people wouldn't know. And then, you know, I'd been working with him for a couple weeks, and he started being more honest, and he was like, hey, um you know, he started going, he said, maybe you can tell I'm gay. And I said, well, I kind of suspected that you were, but I didn't want to assume. And then he started telling me about his situation, and he was originally from the Ohio area. Matter of fact, he moved back there about 2 years ago, because he was just like, that's where all his family was and everything. And I think his mom got sick and he moved back up there, and he stayed up there ever since. But it's he started telling me that he used to get all kind of, he was a good looking dude. He's a good looking brother. So he was like, dude, I used to get more women that I could beat off. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I
Right.
couldn't even, he said, women, and I don't know what it is. Women love gay men. I don't,
Right.
you know, it's like, and I said, they didn't know. They was like, no, I can pretend. I can pretend to be straight. He was explaining all this, but I was just like, oh my goodness. Um, it threw me off, but he was showing me some pictures of women that he used to date. I mean, they was all like eights, nines. You know, they was
Yeah.
hot women. Yeah, they was
Oh
bad
yeah.
chicks. And then he met. He decided he wanted to be. He wanted to be free. He wanted to come out and live his life the way he was supposed to live it. What they say, live your truth.
Live
So
your
he
truth.
decided to live his truth. And then he started dating. He dates a lot of white guys. I've noticed he dates a lot of white guys. And he brought one of them in. I was working, and he came in to get some cigarettes and get some gas on his way to wherever they were going. He brought this guy in with him. And the guy was a model. This dude, he's talking about the model dude is telling him he can quit his job and he don't have to work, make over $100,000 a year modeling. I was like, oh shit. So this dude trying to he ended up, they only dated for a couple of months and then they was, off to other people, but it sounded like they had some fun together, but it was strange. I was like, oh shit. Like I said, I just don't, it was weird to me. But he was a good dude. We went out and, matter of fact, I went on a double date. I had my girl and, he brought one of his friends and we had, we went and got some dinner and, actually had a good time. Everybody, real nice dinner and all that. But, I met a couple of his friends, his partners or whatever. It was interesting, but yeah, I would talk to him sometimes because he was telling me I was doing at that time I was doing a lot of that Craigslist stuff, and he was like, "You doing too much, and you need to slow down." He was just, I was. There was a period there. I had gotten out of a 4-year relationship, and I was. I think I was whoring myself out a little
You
too
were
much.
wilding. I understand.
Yeah, there was so many. He was like, dude, you can't keep. He said, I want you. He actually told me. He said, I want you to take a break from Craigslist and all that stuff. And I looked at him like, are you out of your fucking mind, dude? I'm fucking all these girls.
Right.
He said, but at the end, he said, you keep coming back to me with the same story. At the end, you always end up alone. You're not happy. Even though you having sex with these chicks, it's empty sex. They don't care about you. You don't care about them. He's like, and from what I understood with you, you said you wanted more. And
Right.
so you're getting all these empty relationships. So, so I tried to go, I went like 30 days without going. I said, okay, let me take a little break. And I gotta be honest, I took 30 days off of Craigslist and I wasn't getting laid, but I gotta be honest, I was a lot more focused. And he was like, man, you seem different. I don't know. So but then I decided, I said, fuck it, I went deep dive again and I went right back into that. So but for that little period, it was, I was a lot more level-headed and weird shit wasn't going on and all that. So interesting. So I just I don't know. But I know you're a fellow Craigslist veteran.
I am. I was on there today, and I was like, God damn you, Craigslist.
I miss Craig's because it was like ordering Chinese food.
Right. It was
Yeah.
like DoorDash for pussy. Like I was like, oh my God, you could just put up an ad and the motherfuckers would just respond. They said pictures you hook up.
Yeah.
Now you gotta make Tinder profiles and shit.
Oh, I'm everywhere. Yeah, I'm on Tinder. OK Cupid, Woo Plus, Meetville, Match. I have profiles everywhere. And it was it was strange. There was a celebrity. I think I tweeted this out. I can't remember who the celebrity was, but they flagged her profile on this dating site because she had really, someone had, I guess they told her, they say, hey, go on this site and try to meet somebody, and people thought she was catfishing. She actually had to talk. Yeah, they flagged her account because I guess some people recognized her and they said, hey, this is Whoop to Whoop from whatever. and they thought that there's somebody took this famous person's pictures, and they're trying to you know catfish somebody, and it got reported. The account got reported multiple times, and it was a funny story. I don't think I tweeted it out, but I read, so much stuff that comes, because that's one thing I like about Google. They know my perversions and things that I'm interested in, so certain things just pop up in my was it? Yeah, it was Sharon Stone. Okay, yeah, they thought the account was fake. They thought she
Wow.
was she was out there trying to get it in, and
Trying to
people
get
thought,
it in.
well, yeah, but yeah, they contacted her. They thought it was a fake account, and then they found out it was really her. But
Wow.
she was telling the story. It was kind of funny, but she was like, yeah, she's like, they thought I was faking out here, but I can understand. I know there was what was it, DJ Academics. I don't know if you watch his YouTube channel, but he set up a Tinder account. He had broke up with this girl, and he set up but he was doing it as a bit. He streams on Twitch a lot. Matter of fact, salute to all the Twitch people that are out here in the chat tonight. If you got questions, holler at us. We are more than willing to. We want to talk to everybody. Periscope. I see we've got some Periscope people out here. But DJ Academics, he set up. He was on Twitch, and he was like, "Hey, let's set up." He set up a Twitch account, and they was just sitting there. But he was just doing that shit because he got like 100,000 people that follow his Twitch. So.
Right.
He was just out there bullshitting, and he was swiping left. Oh, look at this chick. He was doing it as a goof. He wasn't really trying to find nobody, but I've seen, I've heard celebrities talk about, getting on these dating sites and stuff, and like not really telling the person, hoping that they just have, they put like some regular photos up there and hoping that the person doesn't recognize them. They just want to see, hey, can I go out, even though I'm famous? Can I go out and just meet someone? And then, yeah, I'll tell them I'm in the movies or I'm in the music business later or whatever, but I just would like to have a normal dating experience as opposed to, oh my God, you're Brad Pitt. Oh, and then everything changes at that point.
Right.
So it's, but Hollywood, especially Hollywood, is a weird place.
It is. Very.
There was, now this story threw me off the other day. I tweeted this out. Steven Spielberg's daughter has come out and revealed that she is a porn star. She's getting involved in that adult entertainment industry thing. So that kind of threw me off. I didn't know if you were interested in that, or I don't know. I just it was, yeah. Well, it was strange to me because, I mean, Steven Spielberg got a couple $1 billion. He stacked up, and they have some children that are his natural children. And he adopted. I think he's got like 5 or 6 kids altogether. Him and his wife, they adopt. Yeah, Michaelia Spielberg. And I was just one thing threw me off is, she lives in Nashville. She's not that far from me. So I don't know. She's probably going to Vanderbilt or something up there, But that threw me off. I was like, your dad is caked up. Why would you be into adults? I mean, not sex is sex. I mean, famous people fuck, poor people fuck. That's one thing that poor and rich alike do. We all fuck people and do things, So, but it just obviously she knows her dad is high profile, and that's one of the things when you are either famous or you have someone in your family that is famous. Like I remember Aaron Neville, his nephew got arrested on a DUI, and then all of a sudden the headline was nephew of Aaron Neville got arrested for DUI. Had nothing to do with him. It was just his nephew was out there drinking and driving. So all of a sudden they was like, oh, he's part of the Neville family. Bam. And all of a sudden Aaron Neville's name is trending because of some shit that he had nothing to do with.
Right.
So again, this is Michaelius Spielberg. Oh, her father is Steven Spielberg. Oh, and she's saying she's on Instagram talking about she's gonna be making adult films or whatever and producing them. By the way, that's at least she got the directing bug like her father. Yeah. So and it was so funny when I tweeted out the other day. Someone had tweeted back at me and go, is anyone else interested in the amount of money that she's going to have for a special effects budget for these movies? And I started laughing, but yeah, I was like, she could make high end porn. You know, that's one thing. Like when I go on the Pornhub, you can see companies like Vivid or whatever, and they got the high definition cameras and all this kind of stuff. And then you got more stripped down shit where it's clearly amateur stuff and motherfuckers filming shit with phones, or they might have a GoPro or whatever, you know. So I like all with the little finger from Game of Thrones. He says all matters of for all matters of aversion are valid to a man with a full purse. You know, so I always like that line because I was like, he's speaking to me.
That's some real shit.
Yeah, man. I was like, you could. So I don't judge how you get down. Is how you get down.
Right.
You know, just respect how I get down. You know, but I just I'm just curious as to what would make someone, you know, that would have access to millions of dollars want to go into the
Want to do
adult.
porn?
Yeah.
I would think maybe. I mean, one, she got guac. She got plenty of money, so she don't necessarily have to, struggle. She can pick and choose whatever she want, and I would understand the choice of porn. Like, why not? First
Mm.
off, porn, it makes a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Multi-million-dollar industry. Why not?
Mm.
And maybe she freaky. Maybe she like, okay, I can make a stack of money doing porn, shooting porn, but then I can make more money and I can get my rocks off being in porns.
Well, as you go into like something, because she was trending a couple of days ago. I mean, the article, it was all over. Like I said, Steven Spielberg was trending, and so you start more and more articles start popping up, and the people were digging into her lifestyle, and she's dating a guy she's only like 21 or so, 20 whatever. You know, she's young. She's only early 20s, and she's dating a guy that's 47 years old. So people were like, "Oh shit, she got this
Shit.
old ass dude hugged up on him and stuff." And you know, and then they in some of the comments she had done some, you know, interviews. And one of the things she had kind of intimated that she had been sexually abused as a child, not by her father, although some people were like, "Oh, Steven Spielberg was pimping that daughter out, you know, and letting his friends have access to her." But it sounded like she was intimating that maybe some of his friends, when she was growing up, had possibly been inappropriate with her. So, we got music. What's going on? I was like,
Sure.
okay. Okay. Well, I just let me see. Well, like I said, it sounded like she was just putting it out there that as she was growing up, because she's adopted. You know, people that have seen her photos, you know, she's you know, young black lady, like a little light skin, but you know, she got the good kinky hairdo, and but it sounded like she was putting it out there that as she was growing up in this household, that maybe some of Mr. Spielberg's friends had taken some liberties with her. But that's just, she didn't come right out and say it. It's kind of like Richard Pryor's son when he was saying that Paul Mooney had sex with him. I mean, Paul Mooney, the comedian, which although Paul Mooney's sons came out and said that Paul Mooney's suffering from dementia and stuff like that now, but you know, what was it, last year? Richard Pryor Jr. had kind of put it out there that you know, that Paul Mooney's son, that Paul Mooney had kind of did some things. I mean, he's, you know,
Wow.
Richard Pryor's son is gay, and he said that Paul Mooney, you know, did some stuff to him, you know, and then there was another guy that came out that said that when Richard found this out, that he was about to put a hit out on Paul Mooney. He was paying. He actually had. It was a guy that I think it's on the Comedy Hype YouTube channel actually, and he actually said that he was like one of Richard's bodyguards or whatever, and he said that Richard had talked to him. He was putting like, you know, he was gonna put like $100,000 or something out on a hit to take Paul Mooney out,
Wow.
and for having sex with his son. And you know, obviously Paul Mooney hasn't made a statement because like his two twin sons that are also comedians, they've been kind of running his social. Because I noticed when all this stuff was going out, his sons, you know, the account was tweeting, and it didn't really seem like, but Paul doesn't run his stuff. It was his, you know, his kids are running his social media and stuff, and they just don't tell people it's not really Paul Mooney. And
Okay.
so yeah, his son, you know, and they saw he's got dementia, and my dad's straight and all this kind of thing. And they was like, well, this guy is saying, you know, there's other people claiming that Paul, you know, but Paul was wild back in the day. You know, Richard Pryor has admitted that he has had gay experiences. He wrote about it in his book. You know, he raised in a whorehouse, for God's sakes.
Right.
Yeah, he was raised in a whorehouse. His mother was a whore. His grandmother was a madam.
And his dad
And
was a pimp.
yeah, well, there was I don't know. That's one thing I always thought Richard knows who his father was, but he didn't grow up with him, I think.
Well, I mean, they had like some special about him last week, and I watched it, and that's what he said.
Oh,
Um,
his dad
mhm,
was a pimp, because
his
like I
dad
said, I
was a
know
pimp.
when he's talked in the past, it sounded like he didn't know his father that well, but obviously his mother was a prostitute, and grandmother was a madam, so he
Yep.
witnessed all kind of stuff. And then sometime during that time, he started having sex with men. Um, you know, Richard Pryor is one of my favorite comedians. I find him fascinating, and the fact that he's been so honest. You know,
Right.
that's one thing about his comedy. You can go back and look at comedy specials he did in like what, around 73, 74 or whatever, and he was being honest on stage saying that he had sex with a man. He wasn't, and that was like, well, it was like I said, it was like 73 or so. He was not afraid to say that. I was like, oh man, this dude is. That's one of the things I liked about his comedy, is he was so raw and open
So
about it.
raw. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just put it out there. He was just like, yo, I had sex with a man. He said, I did it a couple times, and then he said, after a while, I just realized, he said, that's just not for me. He said, I like pussy too much, you know, and he started, you know, doing that whole thing. But matter of fact, I saw the movie JoJo Dancer. I don't know if you remember that movie.
Mm-mm.
And it was kind of semi-autobiographical, and he was with the one woman, and they were going to these parties and having sex. And I remember there was that one scene, you know, he was snorting cocaine a lot, so I guess he didn't know what the hell was going on. And he walked in, and his wife or girlfriend was in bed with another man, and it fucked with him or whatever, you know, even though he had been cheating on her and sleeping with other women and doing all, it seemed like it blew him away when he walked in, and it wasn't nothing going on. So I don't know, it was that just some of that stuff happened. And matter of fact, that's some of the stuff I heard Paul Mooney say. That's some of the stuff I heard Paul Mooney say about when he first met Richard, because Richard, I guess, messed with his sister. I guess
Mm.
Richard slept with his sister or whatever, and he said he didn't like Richard. He said him and Richard, they met each other, and they first met, and they definitely did not click or whatever. They were not cool peoples. And then I guess they met again, and they talked, and then Paul was like, all right, well, he's not like I thought he was, but I thought he was an asshole at first. You know, I wasn't cool with him. So um it was you know, that's it. That was interesting. I was always fascinated by their relationship, and then obviously they started working together. He started helping him write comedy and all this kind of thing.
Right.
But somewhere in this time period, Paul Mooney's son, Richard Pryor's son, who was only from everything that's being said, was only about 16 or 17 years old when this apparently would have happened. He wasn't, yeah, that's the thing. He wasn't of what they say legal consenting age.
That's
And
horrible.
Said Paul Mooney did this. And that, like I said, Paul Mooney has whatever's going on with his situation now. Like I said, his son said he has dementia and all that. He's like almost 80 years old or whatever. So, but Paul Mooney is one of my favorite comedians. Obviously, he got some resurgence from the Chappelle Show and everything. But
right,
I remember seeing that Richard Pryor's son said that, yeah, he took some liberties with him. But then there was also the comments from Richard Pryor's former bodyguard that Richard was paying, was attempting to get him to help him find someone to put a hit out on Paul Mooney. He wanted to kill him because he had found out that that Paul had apparently had relations with his son. And so you gotta take him out of there. And the bodyguard said the only reason Paul Mooney is alive right now is because the freebase incident happened with Richard Pryor. He was doing the freebase with the ether and everything, and he set himself on fire. And he said it was supposed to go down around that time. So like they were looking for someone to take Paul Mooney out. And then Richard set himself on fire. And then at that point, I guess, because somehow they made up because they started working together again. And matter of fact, Richard Pryor received like Mark Twain Award and Paul Mooney was there and all this kind. You know what I'm saying? They were still, they were, whatever happened, it got squashed. I don't know if, that's strange to me though.
That's strange. Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know. Hollywood, I've heard Hollywood is a different animal.
Corey Feldman is about to have that one-time viewing of him and Corey Haim and all the shit that they went through as child stars. They were like passed around like candy.
Well, yeah, Corey. I like Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman said that he got molested on what was one of the movies Steven Spielberg.
Right. Lucas, I think.
Yeah. He was, and he got, and Steven Spielberg actually commented on that. He actually said that he was like, "Oh man, if I wish I had known that this was happening, I would have put a stop to it." But there's that movie. If anyone hasn't seen it, there's matter of fact, they got a Twitter account. You can look for a movie called An Open Secret. There's a movie called An Open Secret. You can watch it, I think, on Vimeo for free. It's an edited version, though, because they got sued. They named very powerful people in Hollywood. One of them was Bryan Singer, the director that directed the X-Men movies and stuff like, and The Usual Suspects. That movie won Academy Awards and all that kind of thing. But Bryan Singer was named multiple times. Matter of fact, that's why they took him off of one of the X-Men movies later on, is because another guy came out and said that that he had they do these like pool parties. They and in the Open Secret movie, there was this one agent and he was handling a bunch of these child stars. Like a lot of these movies, these kids that end up in like Hollywood Musical or whatever, and High School Musical. That's what High School Musical and Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and he was handling a lot of those kids. And at that time, what he would go to their parents and go, well, Jeff is doing quite well with his career, but if he really wants to be a star, he needs to actually live out here in Hollywood. And he said, I've got a big mansion. He's like, you let me let your kid can stay out here during the like shooting, like in the fall when they start doing pilot season and stuff like that. He would tell him, he said, hey, your son can stay out here with me. And he had like, 12, 13 kids he was handling, and they were all staying there. And in this movie, An Open Secret, apparently Bryan Singer and several other Hollywood producers and stuff, they were coming out to this guy's house, hooking up with the kids. They were having hot tub parties and stuff. This is
Hot
all
tub
talked about in
parties.
the. What do you say?
Hot tub parties. Oh
Yeah,
my
they
god.
was. Yeah, they were having hot tub parties. They were apparently. They were like, okay, pick this person, and whoever, and whoever would get in the hot tub, Mr. Singer would find a job for them, because one of the guys that was in the movie, they talked about him, and Bryan Singer, apparently he was in the first X-Men movie, and I think they had cast him as like X-Man or one, like not X-Man, a Pyro or whatever. He had so that's the way they played that. That guy had gotten into the hot tub with Bryan Singer and did whatever. And all these kids were underage. None of these were, you know what I'm saying? They all young men, 15, 16 years old, 17. They were doing
Sad.
this kind of, and that's why, like I said, I'd like to see An Open Secret unedited. I said the version I saw was the edited version, because a couple of the people that got named in the movie, they filed a lawsuit against
Wow.
the filmmakers, and apparently they won. The judge ruled in their favor, so they had to go back in. Like the version, like I said, the version that I saw for free, it edited their names out of the movie and stuff. They was naming people in this movie. That's why a lot of people don't want to, there's like, but they have a Twitter account, and I follow that Twitter account as well, because whenever you see stuff like Harvey Weinstein, whenever you
Right.
see stuff like that, they'll always tweet those articles out, because they're like, hey, Hollywood has a big pedophile ring and stuff. And so I had heard rumors that some people had suggested, and what I'm saying is alleged, some people had suggested that Steven Spielberg had connections to some of these people, just like some people say he had connections to Epstein, that guy Jeffrey Epstein that
Did
committed
not
suicide.
kill himself.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. So, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not alleging anything, but it had been rumored that Mr. Spielberg had some connections to some of these people in Hollywood that are involved in these type of activities. And so when his daughter, Michaela, is coming out and she's implying that some of her father's friends had done some stuff to her when she was a child,
Right.
it raises an eyebrow.
Right.
So it makes me wonder. Like I said, obviously there's no charges against the. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Hugo from Hugo. I saw that documentary like a year ago. Yeah, it was. I don't know if you saw the regular version or the edited, because I know the version I saw was the edited version, because the version that you can watch online for free right now, I still recommend watching it though. I still recommend watching it, because it had it was deep. It was really deep, and you
I'm gonna
started.
check it out.
Yeah, it's yeah, you hear, because the one kid that they talked about in the movie, his parents was the one doing the talk, because this kid like took his own life. He killed himself.
Mm.
Yeah, because he had been he was getting passed around. It sounded like it was several of these Hollywood guys were passing these kids around, and yeah, it was they were doing too much. It was but then you start hearing, I see some people make YouTube videos about it, and they start talking about like Illuminati and all these weird things, and I'm like, I don't know anything about all that, but they was like, oh, this person sacrificed his son so that he could get more clout in the Hollywood game or whatever, all this kind of stuff. And I just feel like, Corey Feldman, especially, like Corey Feldman, he had talked about obviously being molested, and then
Right.
the saw the Michael Jackson Leaving Neverland party and all, all that, the documentary. And I thought that that was horrific. And then and then Corey Feldman was back out there, but he got molested several times, and I believe him. I believe he got molested. I don't think he was
Right.
making that up. He backpedaled on some of the stuff he said, because he always said Michael never touched him, and he was defending Michael at first, and then he said, "Oh no," he said, I don't want to discount something that happened to a victim," because he was saying Michael's his friend, all this kind of thing, and then the two guys, they did the Leaving Neverland documentary, and then he was like, "Oh no, they're lying," and then he got some backlash, and he was like, "Well, no," he said, "Well, I know what happened in my experience. I don't want to discount someone else's experience." So I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on in Hollywood, though. Hollywood. So so when I'm talking about the organization, like when we were at the beginning of the show talking about Adult Friend Finder, where you could go on there and they have groups. They have very highly organized groups. Like say, I'm going to Texas. I want to meet up with a couple in Texas somewhere, and they've got groups where you can, hey, I'm in Texas and I'll be in town this week or whatever, and you can make those kind of. I mean, there wasn't anywhere in the United States where if I was looking to hook up with a stranger, I couldn't go into Adult Friend Finder and find someone that. But they have these same type of organizations for these pedo guys and stuff. They actually have to operate more on the dark web, but those places exist too, where people are hooking up. It's it just makes sense. The internet, the way the internet is now, you have access to this stuff. So like I said, I'm a straight guy. It's like, okay, I'm gonna be in Philadelphia in a couple weeks. I want to hook up, and so at that point, you go on to Adult Friend. Like I said, I've used Adult Friend Finder for a few years. It definitely works. People that are having trouble finding someone, you may not find a relationship, but you can find what they say, a fucksationship. You can find somebody that you just want to hook up with. You may not find a relationship, but yeah, you can. If your problem is you just not getting laid, a place like Adult Friend Finder can solve that real quick, depending on what you're willing to do.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, depending on because like I said, you go on the website and they got everything. Like, what are you into? What are your fetishes? You just go down there, and then when you hit the search, you're finding people that are into what you're into.
That's it.
And then after that, they start showing your profile and stuff like that. Like I said, you can very quickly solve that problem. If you live in that incel life, a site like Adult Friend Finder can solve that for you very quickly. I've met a couple people on Tinder. I don't know. Have you used Tinder?
I have, and I don't necessarily care for it.
Why is that?
Because dudes are weird. Dudes are real creepy on there. With their responses.
Well, okay, so that's why, at me coming in from a male's perspective, I know guys can be gross. I know the stuff that because I see a lot of the cam girls that I follow on Twitter, they were like, hey, I don't mind talking to my followers and stuff, but if you're a guy, you just automatically like, hey, baby, and send me a picture of your dick, I'm blocking you. Because I noticed that apparently is what happens like 1,000 times. Like the guy's like, hey, baby, and then they send him a picture of the dick right out the rip. Just like,
yep, out the door, like immediately.
So, I mean,
immediately dick pics.
Yeah, and matter of fact, a lot of the cam girls and stuff, the OnlyFans chicks, now that I look at them, when I go on their profile, they go no dick pics. You know, it's
Yep.
like dick pics, or they'll say dick pics get you blocked.
Right.
The girls will tell you, it's like, look, if I want to see your dick, trust me, I'm not shy. I will ask you
I
to
will
send it.
ask you.
Yeah,
Right.
and a lot of guys, they don't know how to. They see a hot chick, and the chick writes back, and they go, "Holy shit, she just wrote me back." And then all of a sudden, when they do this, they come in and they go, "Oh, she wrote me back," and they don't know how to function, and so then they take a picture of their dick and they send it to them.
It's just they do that for all women. Like it's just weird. I don't understand it. You're like, hey, how you doing? And before you can even respond,
Yeah,
here's a dick pic.
that's a dick pic. So,
I'm like, okay.
yeah, you get the dick pic. The thing is, now what I noticed, and some of these girls are real smart, and they have a lot of hustle spirit about them. So what they
Hmm.
do is and they go, okay, if you guys are gonna send me pictures of your dick, I will rate your dick. You have to send me like cash at me like $50.
Right.
Like you cash at me $50 and I will, and then you can send me a dick pic and I will tell you what I think of your dick. And I was like, and they were getting paid.
Yeah.
They were getting
Oh
paid to
yeah.
do this.
Yep.
So I was like, that's a way to flip, because the guys are gonna send pictures of their dick to you anyway, because they feel like, they're like, bitch, you showing pictures of you're filming yourself having sex with guys and it's going on the internet and all this. Your whole timeline is you like showing naked pictures and videos of you having sex with people, and then you talk about I can't send you my dick. It's like, it's not that you can't send them the dick pic, it's that you can't send it unsolicited. I
Right.
believe in what the young ladies are saying. They don't mind seeing your dick, but they want to ask for it. You don't just, it's like, hey man, weirdo, here's a picture of my dick. You know,
Right.
that's you seem very vocal. If I assume if you would like to see a picture of someone's dick, you would not be afraid. Hey, send me a picture of that dick. Let me see what's
Yeah,
going
I'll
on.
tell them straight up. Send me a picture of the dick. Like
Matter
so.
of fact, you could be cash apping guys like, all right, because I noticed that I saw Katrina Black was doing this, and she was like, all right, I'm wanting to, if you want me to rate your dick, you like, we got your cash app in the description there. And like, you can, somebody might want to say, man, weirdo, I would like to know what you think of my dick.
Hey, send me the picture. I will rate your dick. Cash out me $50. I got you, boo.
Okay, hold on. Don't swat. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I'll rate it for 15. Please email to Dick in Comics and address to see. No. Don't do that. Matter of fact, Cecil will be here. Cecil's gonna be on my channel tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look forward to talking to him. He's always a fun conversation. And he's been in the chat for Sexy Party a few times. I'm looking forward to chopping it up with Cecil. But yeah, I sometimes I think sometimes guys that are socially awkward. That's one thing I've noticed in this modern
Mhm.
generation, especially with all the different types of social media. Some guys are a lot more. You see guys, the anonymity that social media gives you. So you
Right.
got like an icon up there. They don't know what your face looks like. So you can kind of be a lot more aggressive. And those same guys are very shy and timid in person. They're not they're not as flamboyant, but you see them on like Twitter and they going hard. You see them on Instagram, especially like a lot of these girls I follow on Instagram. They're they're kind of, they're out there like, yo, hey baby, send me, how do I get more pictures of you? And they're like, do you not see my description, the link right there? You can check. And it's not that they don't know how to get the photos of the chick, it's that they don't want to pay. That's what it is. It's like, come on, you see that link to the OnlyFans, and the chick got all these videos and stuff up there, and they don't want to pay $10-15 a month or whatever to get access to that content. They
Right.
want to DM the girl, and they go, well, if I show her my dick, maybe she'll send me
A freebie.
pictures for free. Yeah. And that's why I always laugh when I go on some of these Instagram chicks or whatever. They go no freebies, no dick pics, none of that
Right.
stuff. I was like, so you have to put that out there and everything.
You
So
have to.
yeah, so I'm always curious about how I'd like to get one of these Instagram girls that I follow or whatever. Some of them got like 100, 200, 300,000 people follow them on the gram. And they'll post like a suggestive photo in lingerie, and then they'll be like, hey, check my OnlyFans out. And then they busting it wide open on there. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't, Twitter, you can show porn on Twitter. And if on the gram, you kind of be a little bit more conservative. And it's just the way it is, but like I said, I've had people ask for the dick pic. If they ask, then we can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? But it's and I gotta be comfortable. I don't just be sending dick pictures of my dick to everybody. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's just the way it is. So I just I believe in proper social media etiquette. So if I'm interacting with a young lady, if I'm interacting with a young lady and we start having those type of discussions, then we can do that. But I just try to be respectful of the ladies.
Much appreciated.
but yeah. So what's been new in your week this week? Any fun?
Not much. Throat fucking.
Throat fuck. Okay. Oh, okay. Because I know you were having some oral fun last week, I recall. So
Correct.
okay. So sounds like that adventure is continuing.
Yes.
Okay. Is it the same guy or is it someone else?
It is. It's the same guy.
Okay. That's I was just because I'm curious. Is this turning into something, or is this you just having fun?
I don't know. I can't even tell you. Right now I'm just enjoying myself. Yeah.
So you're not even thinking relationship or whatever.
This is somebody I've known for a while.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. I'm just
Having a little fun with that.
let-
Men sitting on faces. That's wonderful.
sitting on faces.
See no faces.
Oh wow, sitting on man. That would be a good title. I might
Right.
have to use that title. Sitting like maybe sexy party episode 25 might be called sitting on faces because I like.
Sitting on faces, and we can talk about that. But that's been fun, and I'm just learning his dick, so that's always fun for me.
I like the way you put it. I'm just learning his dick. I love that. That's great. That's a great thing. I'm just learning his dick. It's like you got a college course or some shit. It's like online. So, dude. So let me see here. Okay, so we got Donut Swan for $5. Let me see. Okay, so let me take the question. Antonio, do you have different lighting and backdrops that you use for your dick pics? How about wardrobe change? Nah, pretty much. I just whip it out and I try to make it because I don't know. I've talked about this a few times. I'm not always comfortable with the length of my penis. I wish it was. I wish I had one of those big 12 inches that I always see the porn star guys have. But matter of fact, that was one of the things you can see on the sexy party list. There's an episode called "It's Not the Size of the Boat." That is, that episode was done with my former co-host Anna, and we had swapped some pictures. That was, she kept thinking I was, and I've known Anna for like 11 years now. So I've been telling her that I have a small penis, and she thought I was bullshitting. And so we made an agreement. She would send me pictures of her boobs, and in exchange, I sent her pictures of my mangina, as they say. So, and yeah, so I sent Anna the picture of the dick, and then we did that episode where she was like, "Oh, okay." It was kind of bummed out because I've always had these hopes that I would hook up with Anna, and then so I sent her the dick, and she was like, "Oh, so you weren't?" Oh, and, and so now I'm like totally, because I'm like, at least when I was just saying I had a small penis, she thought I was ribbing her, and then I sent her the picture of the dick, and then she was like, "Oh, okay." Um, it was kind of bummed out. I mean, we've talked, and she was like, "Look, I still, I still love you and all this. You're a great guy and all this kind of stuff." And I was like, "But I feel weird though now," because I was like, but she was like, "Yeah, you're not very big, but I'd still do you or whatever."
You know what? It doesn't even matter. Size doesn't matter as long as you know what you're doing. That's what matters. 'Cause like I said, I was married to a guy who had a big dick and didn't know how to use it. That's tragic as fuck.
Mm.
Tragic. Tragic. Tragic as fuck. But I will tell you, as a woman, for me, when dudes want to send me dick pics or I ask for a dick pic, this is what I prefer in my dick pics.
Okay,
Um,
here we go.
One,
Everybody tune in.
you got to be fully erect. Your dick got to be fully erect. I want to see the veins. I want to see everything. Um,
So no soft dick. No
no
soft dick.
soft. I don't want no soft dick because
Mhm.
I'm trying to envision your dick on hard in front of me before I suck it. So can't
Okay.
do that with plastic dick. Um, the second aspect, I like baby oil or um
Baby
anything to
or
yes, I like shiny penises. I like shiny dicks.
that would be another title right there. Shiny
Shiny
penis.
dicks. I love shiny penises, especially like dark skinned guys. Their penises, when you put that oil on it, it looks like obsidian. It looks like a dark gem. It's beautiful to me.
Do
And
you do you have sex with white men? Because I've noticed you worship the black dick, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm a black dick worshiper all day, every day. I can't. I tried. I really did. It just didn't appeal to me. I ain't
Well,
hating,
I'm about
but
to say you may not have found the right white dick. You know what I'm saying? You may not have found the right one.
I mean the way it looks, like I like black dick. I like the way black dick looks. I like the color of it. I like the way it shines and glistens. I've seen that
Shiny.
on
Oh no.
white guys do not shine and glisten. Okay, they just it
Oh no.
exists.
I'm just telling you, you're starting to build a nice little bit of some of our our white listeners are really into you. There might be a chance of a casual encounter with you and.
Make me a believer, boys.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, that's what I'm just trying to say. It sounded like you was open for business, and why cut yourself off? There's people just asking about you've been here a few weeks, and people want to know what kind of your bra sizes and all that. The people are interested in you. They want to know what's going on with you, what you're working with.
I'm open to it, most definitely. I'm not closed off. I just
Okay,
prefer
okay.
black penis. But if you got some good wood, white boys, make
Oh,
me a
okay. All right.
believer.
You heard it. You heard it. All right. So I'm just saying, because some people are curious about you. I noticed, people, I've gotten some DMs going, "Hey, what's going on with this new lady you got on?" I was like, they find you fascinating. So I'm just, obviously, like I said, use that Cash App, show us some love,
Show me
and
some love, guys,
yeah, man, and
and
make it happen.
make
But
it happen.
whew, well, all right. This has been a fascinating show, and
Right.
I am looking forward to the next one. Yeah, we are still live, Donna Swan, but actually, for a few seconds, I'm about to Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. We got some solicitation. Hold on. Is 8.5 hard enough, big enough for you, mama?
Oh snap!
So I'm trying to tell you, man.
Yeah,
I already.
is that you in the picture? Cause you cute. If that's you, you cute.
Okay, let me pull it back up. Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at him.
Tessa, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm not interested in men. I'm like, what am I supposed to say? Oh, yes, girl, he's handsome.
Cause
Huh?
look at him. I mean, look
I
at him.
see the picture. It's on
Got
the
the,
screen.
got the
But I
hair. Got the.
mean, but yeah, Ted, is that you or? But I mean,
That
a
you,
lot of
Ted?
people. That's why I'm about to say. A lot of people though they use other. I don't know that might be some weird meme. Oh, he said that's me.
Oh,
He said that's me.
hey, how you doing?
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Uh-oh. Okay. Well, all right.
yeah.
Well, um, perhaps.
All
uh,
right.
um, man, Widow, tell people how they can reach out to you and stuff if they want to perhaps contact you and obviously you've got your she's got her cash app there in the description there. Obviously, if you feel a little strange for some change, if you enjoyed the program, if you enjoy the content that we are putting out, please throw us a few shekels. I appreciate your super chat from Donut Swan. It's always good to know that the content is appreciated. But Mad Widow, how can people reach out to you on the social interwebs, as they say?
Well, I have a Facebook page. It's the Mad Weirdo. You can send me a message. You can email me on there, or you can check out my content. And like the page, most definitely. And if you enjoyed my conversation, my Cash App is $ the Mad Weirdo.
Oh yeah.
And I enjoyed this conversation. I enjoyed it a lot. And I'm drinking wine, so I'm feeling good.
Pastor Courvoisier. All right. Well, as always, you can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and right here on this YouTube channel, all at Akari Press. We will be back tomorrow afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Cecil. Thank you, guys. Sexy party is over. Say good night.
Good night.
Deuces.